Come, let me tell you something. Please listen to me. I am going to speak. Follow me step by step. I am a typical northerner, just like I used to introduce myself. An indigenous of Borno State. There is something that is happening. The northern part of Nigerian youths, the youth of northern part of Nigeria, having sat down, I realized that the current government has no plan for the future of Nigeria. Me, I used to have problem. I am a typical northerner, but sometimes I used to have problem with my northern counterpart, northern people or northern youths. We are talking about north. We have Nigeria, not north. And in this Nigeria, we have 6 geopolitical zones. 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria. We have the south, we have the southeast, we have the southwest, we have north central, we have northeast, and we have northwest. We have 6 geopolitical zones. But my concern here is that why are we always talking about the north, forgetting about the fact that we have 6 geopolitical zones? Now, let me give you advice, particularly to my northern core northerners. Please, we have 6 geopolitical zones. Since we are all supporting that young man should contest for presidency, let's call for what I call peace accord between the southern part of Nigeria and northern Nigeria. Now, let's sit down among ourselves, the young people in the 6 geopolitical zone, and say from the presidency, we want the presidency to come from certain geopolitical zone. Like, for example, let's say we are going to bring somebody from north central to contest for presidency, and then we say we now send it, the vice president should come from southwest or southeast or south, and then we say the senate president should come from northeast, speaker of house of representatives should come from south. Let's do like this. Let's share responsibility. I could remember one speech delivered by Sani Abacha. He said the reason for which they divide the zones, Nigeria, into 6 geopolitical zones is for peace accord, so that when there is government, every region should have his own representative, so that they will feel secured in the government. But in a situation whereby which we are only talking about the north, that is exactly what is happening in the southern part of Nigeria. They are equally talking about south without involving the north. You cannot win election if the 6 geopolitical zone do not elect you, or do not support your presidency or your ambition of becoming the president of Nigeria. So please, I am calling on my co-northerners, especially people like Sharfuddin Bature. A lot of people that are coming to advocate or to campaign for Al-Mustafa or any young people that will contest for presidency. Let's call the Southerners as the 6 geopolitical zone, the young people in this 6 geopolitical zone. Let's sit down. Organize a meeting for us in places like Abuja. We will pay our transport money to go there and attend this meeting. Let's have a peace accord among ourselves in the 6 geopolitical zone. Let's share this responsibility among us in the 6 geopolitical zone and see what will happen in the next 2027 election. But in a situation whereby which you are only talking about the north, me, somebody like me, I will never support it, because the other part of the other region will feel unsecured. They will feel somehow neglected when we don't involve them in this movement. The truth is that the current government, from all indication, they have no plan for Nigeria. They have no plan for the future of Nigeria. And then we, the young people, from all indication, this leadership is beginning to steal from us, steal from our children and the children or generation yet to be born. And if care is not taken, if you can see, they are beginning to enslave us in this country. They are going out collecting loan and collecting money in their trillions of dollars, which I believe in the next 100 years we cannot be able to pay this debt. Now, I watched recently how about 6,000 Chinese in Beijing, they gather and talking about the future of China in the next 100 years. If we all know that in the next 100 years, all of those people that are meeting will not be alive, but they care less, regardless. They are discussing what the future of their children and their children's children will be in China in the next 100 years. So please, we should keep our sentiment aside, keep our differences aside, keep the issue of religion and religion aside, keep the issue of nepotism and corruption aside, and talk about the future of Nigeria and the future of the young people and the future of generation yet to be born. I am telling us, in the next 50 years, Nigeria shall be liberated from such kind of thing that they are present. Thank you and God bless us.
Northern politicians, do they think that Nigeria is their birthright? I mean, the ownership of this country, this nation, is their birthright. Have you guys watched the speech, Kwankwaso's speech yesterday, where he was saying that Tinubu is packing all Nigerian money to Southern, Tinubu is only developing Southern, packing all Nigeria budget to, Southern, overlooking or abandoning North. That speech is incitement, is a hate speech, even though he might be right. If the North are complaining, what will happen to Southeast that they see as a third-class citizen in their own country? What suddenly happened? Because 2 days ago, Kwankwaso met with Tinubu in Asorok. There was a picture there, allegedly. There was even a rumor he might likely defer to APC or to appoint him as one of the ministers or ambassadors. 2 days later, he came out and be speaking against Tinubu and his administration. It seems that the meeting didn't go well. Or what happened? What transpired in that meeting? At least he's speaking for the North. He's speaking for the people. What of our Southeast politicians? They don't care about us. They only care about the one where they go pockets in their own.
Now, just for people who may not understand, okay, this is typical Nigerian politics. Let me explain to you. In Nigeria, we have this gentleman agreement that allows for the North and the South to take turns in the leadership of the nation. And each turn comprises of an 8-year back-to-back leadership of 4-year per term each, right? And so it's pretty much cast on stone. A northerner or northerners take 8 years to rule Nigeria. And then after that, southerners get to do their own 8-year term. Buhari finished the 8-year term of the northerners, and Tinubu is now doing that of the southerners. And please help me understand this if you can. How is it possible that northerners in this new coalition are going to suddenly bring out a northerner and tell the northerner to be the candidate to compete against Tinubu, knowing fully well that the next 6 years belongs to the South? Obviously, the whole country, the whole South, everybody will rally around Tinubu and say, hey, these northerners are beginning to act like they are the kingmakers, like they are untouchables, like they are the rulers of Nigeria or the owners of Nigeria. How could you have done your 8 years and now you're turning around and floating a candidate to compete with Tinubu when he hasn't finished the 8 years that belongs to the Southerners? This is like a no-brainer. Like everybody knows this. That you don't even need any education to see that. This is it's there, right in your face. That's exactly what it's supposed to be. So the moment you put a northerner there to go against Tinubu, that person most definitely is going to lose. In fact, the person loses from the moment his name is announced. If you want to ever take Tinubu out of office, if that is the mission, it has to be a southerner who has clout, who has some serious following, who is formidable, who is going to be able to actually rally the crowd to get him out. Because then you're going to get the support of other southerners, get the support of northerners who are probably going to get into an agreement with that southerner and say, hey, when you were done with your 4 years, make sure you return power to the North so we can now start our own new term of 8 years. Because that's going to be their own turn again when this next 4 years is done. So it's not going to be executed by a northerner. That is bullying. That's what Kenneth is basically advocating for. You cannot bring a northerner and think you're going to win Tinubu. The moment the person's name is announced, Tinubu has won already. So I don't know where this is coming from. Two things. It's either Tinubu probably paid him or his people loyal to him, asked him to go and say that, or he suddenly just lost his sense of reasoning, and I said this with all due respect because I respect Ken a lot, is my brother. I don't know how anybody in his right mind or right senses can ever imagine that for you to kick Tinubu out of power, that you're going to have to bring a northerner. On what basis, I ask? They have finished their 8 years. This 8 years that Tinubu is now in the process of finishing, okay, which he has to finish the first term and then go to the second term, it belongs to the Southerners. It is our field to play in. No Northerner is allowed to play in those 8 years. So you have to get a Southerner who has what it takes to unseat Tinubu before you can get Tinubu out of that place. That's the way it is. I'm not saying anything new. This is what we all know. Unfortunately, my brother thinks otherwise, and I don't know why. Maybe the rumors are true that he probably was paid to do that. I'm not really saying it, but I'm saying maybe, or maybe not. I don't know, but this doesn't make sense to me. So I am not ready yet to jump into the coalition politics. If you haven't seen my video on what is happening now, I made it about 2 months ago. Go to Joseph Okechukwu on YouTube and you can see it and watch it and understand. All right.
My brother, 2027. This information is about 2027. I don't want to waste time. Now, it's going to be hot in Rivers State coming 2026 through 2027 general election. Rivers State is going to be a theater act. A lot of things is going to happen in Rivers State. My brother, if you are in Rivers State, if you are from Rivers State, my brother, get prepared, because Rivers State, a lot. When I mean a lot of things, the things that eyes have not seen will happen in Rivers State. Look, it's Rivers State that kept President Bola Ahmed Tinubu there today as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If you were following the things that is happening in politics, how the election and everything, the counting and the calculation, is what Nisin Ezenwanwike played out in Rivers State that makes Bola Ahmed Tinubu to become the current president of this Federal Republic of Nigeria. And the Rivers State will determine the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria coming 2027. Now, Atiku have already moved fast to bring Amechi closer. In fact, as we are talking to you now, Amechi is going to be the running mate of Atiku coming 2027 in this coalition plan. And in this coalition plan, P2B already eyeing Arafai, Nasiri Arafai, to become his deputy coming 2027. Now, not alone, Northern region alone will not take out Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They need South now. If South want to take out Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they need North. But seeing these two people now coming closer, the way the information that is coming to our table is coming, it seems like Bola Ahmed Tinubu will remain as the president of this country in 2027. Now remember that P2B never sat for primary election since his history in the politics. P2B never sat. Even during the governorship election, he never sat for one day as on primary election. So this coalition is going to pinpoint him at, bringing him out unopposed if everything goes on well according to the plan. But as I'm talking to you, Atiku will not step down for P2B, because what happened in 2023, let me tell you people, according to the information reaching to our table, in 2023, when the Southern Eastern region people met Atiku, they told Atiku this is the time for Eastern people to present the candidate that will champion or be the flag bearer of PDP in presidential election. Atiku said if South Eastern people will provide one person, that he will resign. In fact, he will no longer contest under PDP as a presidential flag bearer, that is going to support the person from Southeast. On Nisin Wike, that he will never step down for Nisin Wike. Now, this delegate met P2B. They called P2B. They convinced P2B. P2B told them categorically that he will never compete with Atiku, that Atiku seems like his mentor, his master. That is the reason why P2B left PDP and entered to Labour. And Atiku decided to continue. That is what happened in that 2027. And something is going to play back. It's going to repeat itself in this 2027. And if I'm seeing that, if that is happening, it's going to be a earthquake. So coming to River State is going to be a theater act between Amechi and the Nixon Wike, even for bad. Now, look, let me tell you, Amechi, you are seeing, is planning another thing. Wike, you are seeing, is a dangerous man. As we are seeing it now, he's a dangerous man in politics. In fact, he has his plan, he has his ball, the way he wants to score. And that goal will even affect the current president, even affect Atiku, even affect Obi. If care is not taken, let us hope and watch what will happen in 2027. I will bring to you in fact, let me not talk. Continue.
Hi, welcome back. I know say many of you must have watched and listened to waiting the first northern guy we see speak for this video said concerning the problem we see their leaders don't put them for. You know, see northern leaders waiting they want. You don't tell we see with the let una know. Waiting they want and see make them just grab power only. They don't know how to use power, but they want to make sure say power is with them. That is their own agenda and their own plan. But it's not gonna work as we keep telling you guys, because it's like now all this northern youth, now them it go even get sense past all these northern politicians and those who claims to be their leaders, because you get how they act at times where BC person no understand. Why BC then go the gang up anytime we see now person from either southeast or be south the rule or southwest the rule. Now soon they just they normally be. For this one, you know if you work, because if you carefully listen to how people now, even some youth now from south they talk, you go understand say it go hard for northern people to take all these things we be see them they talk from Bola Ahmed, because if they no fit bring any better person wey be saying go fit do well, may they forget all this their nyama and everything wey be say that they plan, e no go work. E don tey wey we dey come out, but wetin I wan tell una be say you wey be say go fit make am work, na you be you yourself wey be say you dey hear us now, because as you go mumu yourself go do anything for them, go vote or go support them, na so they go come back come hurt you anytime soon. Because if you listen or carefully follows article comments on or against or towards northern southerners, you go know see e carry some part of sentiment in his own body. That is why you see Nigeria no like you will be say the years now. If you get anything where you want to talk concerning this, make it drop your own thoughts, and if that's the day be your first time, make it like, share, subscribe. Thank you.